Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about how to calculate your macros for body recomposition. And I'm going to show you exactly how I would do it for myself and walk you through the steps that I take with me and my clients. So if I'm looking to have body recomposition, what that means to me as a coach is I'm looking to drop fat and I'm looking to build muscle. And I don't really care if the scale changes that much. So I don't really care if I lose weight. I don't really care if I gain weight. I'm trying to actually kind of stay relatively the same weight, but improve my body composition, how I hold muscle to fat ratio in my body. That's essentially what that means. So it's a great place for anyone who is in a gut healing journey, a hormone healing journey. It's a great place for people who are just like pretty happy with their weight in general, but they want to improve their muscle tone and look more defined. If that's you, you're going to love this. Okay, so let's jump in. This is the calculator I use. It's on calculator.net. It's totally free. I go to the BMR calculator here. I've plugged in my information right here in the US units, and I've hit calculate to figure out what is activity level, what is my typical calories that I'm probably burning in a day. And based off of what I know about myself and just knowing that I've been counting my own macros for a long time, I know that I'm right about here. Daily exercise or intense exercise 3 to 4 times a week fits me probably most closely. If you are someone who is an athlete, you're probably up here somewhere. If you're like, a construction working like with like hard manual labor, you're probably down here somewhere. But the average person is actually typically somewhere in this exercise 1 to 3 times per week or exercise 4 to 5 times a week. I'd probably put the majority of my clients in these two categories here. If you are sedentary, obviously you're going to do this one. But for me, I know that I walk all the time and then I do intense exercise, weightlifting 3 to 4 times a week. So I know it's about 2,200, and that's accurate with what my tracking my own macros has been for me as well. So with this information, I'm going to take that number and we're going to go to a different calculator that I have. Okay, so here's my progress tracker. This is what I use with my clients. So if I'm taking someone through a reverse diet, we have like a whole step-by-step, week-by-week kind of calculator that we take these people through if we're doing a full diet. We also have, I'll just kind of show you my little calculator here for people. This is the daily tracking macros section, and then we bring the averages down to our weekly goals, and we just carry those down and follow this data. But I'm going to show you how coaches, me and my team of coaches, would actually create your macros. Okay, so I'm creating my macros for myself if I'm trying to recomp my body. So I know that I'm 150 pounds, but I also know I could do 150 pounds. I could do that. But I also know that if I increase my protein a little bit, I'm going to have a leg up and it's going to be easier for me to shift my muscle to fat ratio if I just go a little higher. So I bumped that up to 160 instead of 150. It's just a little higher, okay? And then to start, as I'm figuring this out for people, I usually just match my carbs, and then I try to figure out, okay, I've got quite a bit more calories. I'm probably going to be like in the 100 range here. Yep, 100 range here for fat. Now, the problem with this is more fat here tends to not create as lean of body composition as if we were to weight this heavier on carbs. So I already know I'm gonna have to make some changes. I'm gonna shift this to more, let's do 200 carbs, and then maybe bring this down to like 83. That's a little closer to where I wanna be, right? I'm pretty close, or I could do like 85. 2,200 calories, that's right where I wanna be. So 160 grams of protein, we're leaving that the same. And then we just figure out the carbs and fat based off of what does this percentage look like. So I'm gonna go back, I wanna explain this to you a little bit deeper. 160 grams of carbs and protein, like if I were to keep those the same, if you look over here, they're both 29% of my overall intake, so almost about 30%, we'll call it. And then fat is about 40%. So this tends to not create, like I said before, it tends to not create as lean of body composition. And the reason for that is because to build muscle, you need protein and carbs. You need both. You need both of those things. You don't necessarily need a ton of fat to build muscle. Okay. Fat's good for other things. It has many purposes, cellular membranes, hormones, it has many purposes. Your brain is made of fat. Okay. We need it, but it's not for body composition. So I don't want to get rid of fat. I'm just going to lower it, and I'm going to weight more of my calories to carbs than I would fat if my goal is body recomposition. Make sense? Okay. So 200, going back to what I did before, and I'm going to bring this to 85. I could even do one other like little, I want a little leg up, like in the fat loss help. I will drop this down. Notice how my total calories here is 2205, right in line with what our calculator told me that I needed to be eating. If I drop this down a little bit, my fat down a little bit to 21, I get my total calories at 2160. Now I'm in an ever so slight deficit that I won't even notice. Like, I won't be so hungry that I notice it, but it will be enough over time that it'll help me get those body recomposition goals even faster. So this is something that I like to do, just like an ever so slight deficit, so that you get to your goals faster. And then you could even bump the fat or carbs up over time if you want, once you get to your goal. So I hope that makes sense. This is how to calculate your macros if you're looking to do body recomp or body recomposition. So if you have any questions, let me know. Make sure to like and subscribe, because I put more content out just like this for women who are looking to recomp their body, who are looking to get lean, lose fat, build muscle in perimenopause and menopause and beyond. So talk to you next time. Thanks.